Hello everyone, I wanted to show you two things today. The first one is the drone you see in front of you, and the second one is the sort of control dome behind it. First the drone. This drone is something I made to fly with only thrusters in one direction. This one has four thrusters all pointing downwards, and it has no thrusters to left, right, front, back or on the top. That's why I can fit so many turrets on it. Well, it's pretty hard to script something like this, to fly with only thrusters in one direction. As you can see, it's also uh, a little bit bumpy because it's continuously correcting its velocity. And it's in sensor mode now, which means it's trying to find a player to follow. My own character is over here, too far away for the sensor to see, so let's walk to it. Or let's fly a little faster. Okay. And as you can see, it's flying above me now. It's trying to stop. It's a little bit hard to get it to stop, so it takes some time. But it can easily follow me. If I run in one direction, it would just follow me. If I turn around, it will slow down, go the other way, and it will easily follow me. It's harder for it to follow a car or a fast ship or something, but this works. It can also fly. As you can see, it will go up with me, but the problem is if I accelerate too fast in one direction, it will lose me, and that's a problem. But I made it mainly to say I'm on an alien planet and there are spiders there, and I want to mine something like rocks or something. Then I need something to protect me, something that doesn't take any effort from me, and this drone would work pretty well for that. So if I drop down now, it will go down with me. Of course, it will crash into the ground because it doesn't know the ground is there. That's one of the problems with these drones. They can't see the ground, so you have to take that into account. Another thing I can do is the waypoint mode. It's in sensor mode now. I'm going to put it in waypoint mode. I set waypoints in this text panel. 4 waypoints. I just did that with the GPS panel. I copied it and pasted them in here. So it's 4 waypoints, and as you can see, it's just following those waypoints now, and it doesn't have to be this low. I can also make it go 500 meters up so that it can oversee the whole base and guard the base against any dogs or whatever. The other thing I wanted to show you is this control dome. If I go inside, you can see there are 3 gyros that I can use to look in any direction, but I can also do something else. I can use get free destination scanning. If you don't know what that is, look on the Keen forums. I can use this technique to find targets, anything that's around me, say rocks or ships or cars or stations, anything. And then I can use those targets to send stuff. So I can use it to send rockets, I can use it to send miners or whatever I want. So let's start the scan. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. So it's already found my drone, that's good. It also found a lot of other targets, so it's following the drone now with the camera. I can show you by zooming out to the spectator mode. As you can see, it's just rotating, trying to follow the drone and keep looking at it. But that's not the main reason to do this. I can also see a list of rocks and I can see a list of grids, and I can cycle through those grids with the program. So now I'm looking at a rock. I think, no, that's not a rock. Yeah, it is a rock, but I can't see it. This is a target I set up. This is a rock and another rock. I think a rock on a hill somewhere and a target, rock, rock. Well, there's a lot of rocks, of course. That could be a good thing. If you want to mine them, then it's a good thing. If you want to find targets to shoot, then the rocks aren't very attractive. So how does everything work? This is my base. As you can see, there are 4 pillars at the edges of my base. Whenever my base is scanning for new targets, it will always use a remote control block in one of these pillars, depending on which way it is sending a scan beam. The idea behind that is that the middle grids can interfere with the scanning process, and if you place the remote control blocks like this, they won't. So that's good. In the middle you see the dome I was using to scan for new targets. There are 3 rotors on it. There's a rotor at the bottom, there's 2 rotors at the sides, so you can use those rotors to look in any direction you want. To show you how useful the scanning technique can be, I'm going to launch a couple of missiles. The missiles aren't very useful, but just to prove a point. So let me select the target and fire. Then a different target. I have to wait for the battery to charge. Almost. Yep. And launch. Next target. Wait for the battery to charge. And launch. One more. And launch. Okay, so let's see. One coming down already. Don't see anything. Yeah, there's one over here. What did I fire it at? I have no idea. Oh, it's a rock. Okay. Yeah, that's a hole and a floating rock. And this one's going down to hit. Oh, what was it? Guess a rock. And this one, a rock. One more. Don't see anything. No. Let's just fire one more and follow it. I know these missiles aren't very useful because there's a warhead on top, and if it encounters any turrets it would just get shot out of the sky. But you can also use the same technique to fire other kinds of missiles, missiles with only uh, heavy armor that are just big kinetic projectiles, or something with cargo containers with rocks in them, or whatever you want. You can just use the GFD scanning technique, target something and hit it. Ah, it's going for the target, I think. Yeah. Ah, okay. That's one.